Hi people, I've got a new very useful tool for my garage, and in this video I'm gonna show it to you and tell you how it works. It's the diagnostic tool from company called Autel MaxiDiag Elite. So it's quite pretty cold outside, so we start with this car, then we'll try it on some older car, and we'll try different brands because it works with almost all brand you can name. Let's start here. So this type of diagnostic device comes in different models. Some of them cover Japanese only, then European, American, French, specifically French and Italian. The one we've got here is MD802 that covers all of it. If after this video you're going to be interested in buying this device, I've got the link below the video where you can get it. Also I'll put the link for the company website itself, Autel, because they got quite a lot of other cool stuff and something extremely powerful devices, and we'll talk about later. Let's talk about this device, see what's inside, what's included in the box. What we have here is the manual, which is quite good manual. It starts explaining from very basics what does it mean OBD, onboard diagnostics, the history of it. When you get the light check engine, then that means something wrong with the emission system or with some key engine factors. However, this tool, it can go into any other unit in your car that has controller, so it has a bit more than checking the, what does it say under the check engine light, or MIL, malfunction indicator light. We're gonna talk about this as well. It starts with simple abbreviations, DTC, diagnostic trouble code, so you can understand later what they're talking about. So then further it just explains how to use the tool, how to set it up for yourself, then some other stuff. I'm gonna just cover it in practice without this manual. I've read it through already anyway. So we've got a couple of installation CDs, so you can connect the device to your computer, you can get the latest updates and all that. So to connect to your PC, you get the USB cable. The device itself has got connection for USB cable and the DC charger, and it has got also memory card. Then of course we've got the OBD cable that can connect to your car's computer, and as a little bonus you get the Android plug that can connect to a few apps on Android that can scan your car. I've got one already anyway, very similar. So also nice thing to have, say for example I'm a taxi driver and I can't carry a lot of big diagnostic tools with me, so I have this, and any trouble code I get, I can always read with this, but that might not cover as much as this does. So let's connect it to this car. This is how you do it. Normally on modern cars the plug itself is underneath the dashboard. We can have a look. It's this one here. But if it's a left-hand drive car, as you can see, I have a right-hand drive. I live in UK. It will be on that side, and some older cars like that Golf Mark IV, it's gonna be somewhere here, just under the radio. Anyway, if it's not in a normal standard place, there will be stickers saying where it is. So it gets powered by car. As you can see, it started up. On the main screen you get 6 icons. First one is OBD, that's when you get engine management light. It can't this is quite simple function. It can be done by little devices like this, so as long as you got the engine management light and there's a code recorded, so you can do it. You can do with any more simple device, although it does record a bit more, and I'll talk about it later. Then we got EPB, which means electronic parking brakes. That electronic parking brake That's for cars that are equipped with electronic parking brake, and it's quite useful to have for VAG products, for example, because I have VW Chiron that has that sort of parking brake. My previous car was Audi A6, so anytime I needed to replace brake pads or do any work on rear brakes, you have to open the rear calipers. So this is quite useful tool. And then you get scan that scans completely every system that has controller. So that will be your ABS, your airbags, your other anything. We're gonna go to that as well. Then you get simple function like oil reset, which resets the service light. Say on this car we're sitting in now, VW Chiron, you can reset oil service from the dashboard, but some cars are not don't have this option. My previous car, Audi A6 C6 chassis, I had to connect computer anytime I change the oil or do the oil service. I had to use a computer to reset, so car doesn't scream at me that it needs service. So this is also quite useful considering it covers all brands. Then you get setup, where you can choose the language, change the measurement unit, switch on and off beeping sign, test your LCD keyboard if you connected keyboard. So and then you got a playback. That's a playback from your memory card. So if you scan the vehicle, it took you some time to scan it, and you got the result. Instead of rescanning it again, if you need to do some further actions, you can simply go here and load it, so you don't, or put it in the computer for later diagnostics or whatever you need to do. Currently it's empty, there's no data available. We're going to record something onto that. So let's start with OBD, how it works. I want to compare it with other OBD device I have. Little Bluetooth plug, and I'm gonna show you how does it differ. I'm gonna not only start ignition but also start the engine because it's quite chilly outside. And lucky for you for this video, and unlucky for me, I've got the OBD light. So that means I've got some fault, that one there. So I've got some fault. I'm using quite common program called Torque. We'll just let it connect to the car via Bluetooth. So right, here we are. So we can scan for a code and see what we can do about it. So it comes up with the code P202A powertrain, and it's pretty new. I know already what it is. The device doesn't know it yet. It's about the AdBlue. I've got a problem with the AdBlue heater. There's a tank with AdBlue liquid at the back, so it has some malfunction, but we don't know it yet, and we're gonna test whether this device will recognize it. So it pretty much all we get is just a code, and search the web for more information. Preferably when you're connecting or disconnecting cables from your car, don't do it with your ignition on. So switch the engine off, switch the ignition off, and then we can change the cable. Right, let's turn it up and see what we can do. Right, let's go. Let's go to OBD and see what they can do. So we got codes found 1. Let's see what is it. Okay, so we can read codes, stored codes, pending codes. Let's go for stored codes. So it does give us a bit more information. Reductant tank heater control circuit open, so we know where it is and where to look for. What we can also do, we can save it. Like that, save success. So anytime now we can go at home, connecting to our computer or DC charger. We can we can see we've got one scan which is saved. Oh, I've saved it twice, you see. Right. The other thing that it can do a bit more than average OBD scanner, your vehicle, when it gives you fault code, it doesn't only store the code itself, it also stores a bit more information. It stores freeze frame data, which means that it records any conditions when this code has appeared. So we can go to freeze frame and see when this code has appeared, what happened there. It takes a bit time to load, but you get when it actually happened, what was the coolant temperature, what was the intake manifold pressure. So you know not only the code and the meaning, but also when it happened, and quite a lot of data on what condition it has happened, so you can diagnose it a bit more professionally. Then you get, of course, you get live data. Say go for complete list. So you get lots of data, what's going on now, the temperature, the PSI, RPMs, 780. It does increase. Then we can see it in graph. We can any data we get, we can pause it and we can save it as well, so quite useful thing. Then OBD, as I mentioned before, it's mainly about the emission stuff and some key engine functions. If you want to get into other systems of your car, you go to this scan, and it depends on the brand. Some car brands will want you to enter car's details manually. Some will scan automatically. What I've noticed with VWs, as long as we choose it, so out of European brands we choose VW, and it pretty much connects it, and it doesn't ask too many questions, because I believe the systems across VAG are more or less standard, so it doesn't want us to specify anything. So what we got here, we got 4 options. We've got CAN quick scan. CAN stands for control area network. So basically what it means, you get all these electronic units across the car that need to communicate with each other. Like a parking brake, it won't release automatically if your seatbelt is not on. Your start-stop system will not stop the engine as long as the wheels are spinning. So they need to pass this data between each other, and if you connect each unit with the wire, it will be loads and lots of wires. So what modern cars came up with, they have like a network, control area network, so it pretty much sends signals through the same bus, and so you can on modern cars, instead of going into every unit when you want to scan it, you can get the data from control area network, which is way quicker. Of course, you can select system scan as well, and all system scan, for example. All system scan will scan. It does warn you that it will take few minutes, because it will go into every single unit that has a controller. If you got electronic suspension, goes in there. If you got all the bulbs and all that, we're not gonna do that at the moment. Then you can selectively scan the system. Say it says select the system you want to scan. Currently quite a few selected, so we can clear all and say we want to check our airbags. So we press select and then OK. So it scans airbags only. It won't take that long. Airbags pass, no fault, so you know everything is okay with your airbags. Are you sure you want to clear? Yes. So we can go to quick scan of from control area network. It will take, normally it takes about 20 seconds, not more than that, because I've done it before on this car. So what we've got here, we've got this fault with the engine, which I believe will be our AdBlue system. Yeah, that's it. We've got a couple more faults, like central electric faults. What does it say? And we've got a license plate light. Oh yes, yesterday I had a problem with my bulb on the number plate. I've replaced the bulb, but it stored the code, so there was a problem with the license plate illumination. So what we can do, we can clear it, because it says it's passive, so it's not there anymore. So we can go and erase this code. Yes. Press any key to continue. So now if we get out of here, so there is no electric fault. So we can go to any system you want and see dual electric driver. So it's quite useful tool to have. So any problems, you know, not always it gives you, if there is anything wrong with the car, quite often you don't get any signals on the dashboard, but you can see quite a lot of in here. Then we have two quite useful functions. I'm going all the way back. Electronic parking brake. How does it work? I'm gonna open my windows a little bit, switch off the engine, put the ignition on. So how does it work? We can, on the car is equipped with electronic parking brake. I'm gonna put the car in a gear so it doesn't roll anywhere, and then I'm gonna release the parking brake. So make sure when you're doing it safe, cars is secured, you chock your wheels, or so all the safety stuff. We go select the brand, and it's gonna be VW again. See how many brands it covers. That's only European on the screen, so we've got some Americans. So we go to electronic parking brake. That is with Audi. It's not, so it gives you, it does say, tell you that make sure your voltage is alright, so it doesn't stop halfway. And you get three functions: open parking brake, close parking brake, and parking brake test. So if you need to open your parking brake, rewind the parking brake all the way to fit the new brake pads or whatever reasons you need, you go to open parking brake and then press start, and you can hear it rewinding. I'm not sure if you hear it on the camera. And then we got the parking brake malfunction excuse me, light, which tells you that something wrong, but there's nothing wrong, we just opened it. So to close it parking brake, we can select this function and press start. It closes it and then opens it because it's in position open. Then you can of course test parking brake, start, it opens and closes it, and it says successful. So what we can do now, we can apply the parking brake and go to different functions. Yes, escape. So, and we got all service reset. I'm not gonna reset service on this car because obviously I'm halfway through to my service. I'm not gonna reset it just for the sake of it. And you can choose different brands. We're gonna try on different cars, see how it works. Also, we can of course raise that error. So if it's annoying for us and we think it's not, there's nothing wrong, well, of course you can delete this code. It will go away. Let me start the engine. I'm gonna close my windows. So we can erase this code. Are you sure? Yes. So as you can see, that malfunction light is gone. But of course, if there is a problem which is constant, it will come back again. Some codes some systems are checked constantly, so if you get the fault with it, it gives you instant error message. This AdBlue heater, it will come out after driving for a few miles, then it will come up, because it has to reach certain conditions for it to be tested, so it's not as crucially important. So let's oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we go to the main screen, scan European, VW, and also fourth function here. Come on. You got control unit that gives you all the controllers that this particular car has. You can go to common function, to drivetrain, chassis. I don't have electronic suspension, so I don't have much in the chassis electronics, so you can scan it all as well from this menu as well. This, as you can see, this device is pretty handy to have. It's more than enough for my garage, because as you know from my videos and my channel, my website as well, most of my videos are dedicated to VAG cars, how to repair and service them. So I want to go beyond that. My friend of mine, he just got the Ford Galaxy, so I believe we have quite a few videos and manuals coming on the website about Ford. And my dad, he's got Nissan, so this tool will be really useful to me. There are some more powerful tools that can reprogram your ECU, but I think this is hardcore already, because this can go into any system, and you can check it, you can test it. If you want to reprogram, remap something, I think it's they have on the website, see their website, this Autel company, they have tools that connect to your car wirelessly, that can do some serious stuff like reprogramming different functions. And if you're into that, of course, you follow that link and you can see those extremely powerful and clever devices. So now we're gonna test this device on the old car. That car over there is 1999 Golf Mark IV, which is currently nearly 18 years old, and we'll see whether it can breathe and talk. Also, I forgot to mention that this device will work not only with OBD2 but with the original OBD1, so you might use some different adapter, but it will work on older cars as long as you got the adapter for it. So yeah, let's go and try that Golf. Now we are going to try it on some older car. This car is 1999, so we're filming now in 2017, so this car is 18 years old, and see how it works with this car. Let's see if we can start it and take it out of the garage a little bit. Come on, you can do it. The plug in here we have just under the radio, this little purple thing. So we're gonna connect it to this plug, put the ignition on, and see how it works with this car. It doesn't have electronic parking brake. We're not gonna reset oil service either, although we can try. This car is for my experiments. European, VW. So we can go to oil service. We can go into enter function, service reset and inspection. We can reset both service, oil service and inspection, or just oil service, whatever our options are. So all defaults have been confirmed, so we're gonna reset it to default mileage when you need to do the next service. Additionally, you can do it different. You can set it to different distance or time for next inspection. Sorry. It doesn't have any OBD light, so it won't scan anything on OBD, but we can do quick scan of any other system here. Let it connect. Some cars like Fords and some Mercedeses, it will ask you to choose the model you're sitting in. Some of them can pull the vehicle ID number. I've done it in my Chiron. It can get the ID of, oh, no, we're not gonna go all system scan. Select system scan. So clear all. We're gonna try to scan ABS brakes. Select. Let's do a quick scan for that. Do we have any trouble with ABS? Scanning. Fault. Right, we've got the fault. Look at that. Let's have a look at this fault. Sorry, codes. Right rear ABS wheel speed sensor. Yes, I know what it says. Passive, because it's not there anymore. If you look on the history of my channel, I've got video how to replace ABS wheel speed sensor, and so I took the old one out and I put new one in, and I've driven a little bit without the sensor, so it does see that. So look on my channel, I've got a video how to replace ABS sensor reel on VW Golf. So that's what is there. So what we can do, erase codes. Yes. Press any key to continue. And now we can, if we read codes, system pass, no fault codes detected. Are you sure you want to quit? Yes. So select system scan. If we go back to those ABS brakes, scanning. Pass, no fault. So we have everything okay with our ABS system. So I'm gonna try on one more car, which is Ford Galaxy. Here we go. Eventually we found the Galaxy, and we're gonna try it on Ford, see if it can connect to it. Now we have a chance to find out where the OBD plug is on Galaxy. This is a second generation of Galaxy, and it's just under this compartment, and there is like a little lever here. You open a little door, and that's where the plug is. So we've connected it to the Ford, and what we can do, we can either enter vehicle manually, or we can select from the various Ford vehicles. This one will be Ford Galaxy S-Max, this one here. But alternatively, what we can do, we can start new session and it will detect vehicle automatically. All other system data initializing. Here we go. This is our car, all the information about it. Just confirm the information, press yes, and then we can go either through auto scan, or we can select a control unit that will scan particular, say we can check same good old ABS. Read codes. System pass, no faults detected. So I can't cover all the brands, so we'll finish this video with the Ford. Thank you for watching. This is the tool, good tool to have. All links below description. Cheers, bye.